Good afternoon, everybody. It is Thursday, February 26th. Welcome to a special edition of Stories with Ori. Folks, today the first thing I'd like to do is pay my respect to Gene Hackman, his wife, and his dog. You know, it's very unfortunate what happened there, but then again, Gene was 95 years old, so he's definitely up there in age. Now, I didn't know him really well. I met him a couple times. Okay, we shook hands, and that's and that. I can't say I really know him, but I could tell you when I met him, he was the nicest guy you ever want to meet. I knew a lot of people who knew him. I never ever heard one bad word about Gene Hackman. Everybody loved this guy. He was a great guy, and hey, he's 95 years old. Me, I personally feel there's something suspicious about this death, particularly with his wife, his dog, pills thrown around the floor, and, you know, they're going to find out something here, folks. I don't know exactly what. But now let's get to the subject. You're all hearing about million, billion, a billion here, a trillion there, and nobody understands, nobody knows really, they can't comprehend a billion, let alone a trillion. But you know, there's 1,000 million and a billion. 1,000 and a billion. Let's take one example. Biden gave a grant to, what's the girl's name in Georgia? Stacey Abrams. All right, she ran for governor a couple of times in Georgia. She and somebody else set up a non-profit organization. They had no experience in it at all. They had a bank account with $100 in it. And guess what? They get $2 billion. $2 billion. So that's 2,000 million. I'd like to know how that 2,000 million got spread out. Who did it go to? Who received it? How did they launder that money? Because I guarantee you, several people made millions of dollars from that. And folks, you got to understand what money laundering is, how the money gets dispersed. And how they've been doing this, robbing your money, my money, for all these years. I want to say hello to everybody. Thank you for joining me here. Okay, please share the room, let other people know. And folks, don't be shy. Okay, there's a thank you button down there. You know, on your YouTube, you want to show me some thanks. I definitely appreciate it. But folks, what is $1 trillion? $1 trillion. Okay? You know what that is? 1,000 billion and $1 trillion. 1,000 billion and $1 trillion. And they're looking to say 1 trillion. I bet they go more than that there, and they're going to find much more than $1 trillion within all the agencies that's been going. My friend Fawn, thank you for joining us. Nick, all right, thank you. Nick, he's got my Winston Light Selects. That's great. I'm in Beverly Hills, California, folks, for those of you who don't know me. All right? Anthony from Pico. I remember you, buddy. I'm smoking Crown. I get them for $6 a pack. Your prices are too high for me. I gotta save money. All right. I just excuse me, folks. You know, I wanted to share that with you. I mean, look at all the different. You all been seeing it on the news, I'm sure. Okay, where all this money is going. Look at that one girl. One girl at the end of Biden's term got a $2 million grant. Nobody knows her. She just popped out of the woodwork, and he knew her somehow, some way, and she gets $2 million. Where is that? You didn't get it. I didn't get it. How corrupt our government has been all these years, and thank God Donald Trump is doing something about it. So I wanted to share that with you, folks. As you all know, I'm the author of The Accidental Gangster, being made into a Hollywood movie. We just made an offer of several $1,000,000 to a particular actor that I cannot disclose yet. But we should be in production hopefully by summertime. All right? So, folks, if you haven't purchased my book, please do. Right now, yesterday, I got one guy that bought 4 books for his friends. He did it this year, he did it last year. Great guy. If my friend is here, John from Arizona, I want to thank you personally. Okay, and then I got 4 more books here ready to go out, okay, to my friend Justine in Australia. So folks all over the world want to read my book. All right? Folks, I just did one of the best interviews. If you want to see it, all right, it was with Professor Hamato, professor from UC Davis, very brilliant guy. And I must say, it was one of my best interviews I ever done. It's an interview that you don't want to miss. I shared it, okay, in my post on YouTube, but you should see that there. And you'll learn a lot of things about me that you didn't know. And one thing the professor said, this guy is a professor. He gave my book 5 stars. Said it was one of the best, well-written books that he has ever read. Coming from a professor, that's awesome. So I thank him for that there. Thank you, Fawn. Yeah. Yeah, Fawn. It was on the news about that girl. $2 million. She knew Joe Biden. He threw her a grant for $2 million. How do you like to wake up one day? You got nothing, and then the government gives you. And then what about all these people, okay, that don't want to go back to work, but yet they want their paycheck? We pay those people. We are so blessed, and people don't understand it, okay? They have Elon Musk. You know that Elon, Donald Trump, myself, several other people in the cabinet were former Democrats turned Republican. You understand what's really happening here, folks? Donald Trump is the first president that has not lied to us. He's doing what he said he would do. But yet the other side, oh my God, they're so nervous. Why are they nervous? They're nervous because they're afraid, okay, that because they got caught with their hands in the cookie jar. You know, if you look at the net worth of our members of the U.S. House of Representatives. We'll take just that part right now, okay? Why are they worth 20, 30, 40, 50 million dollars? How? When they make 170, $200,000 a year, okay? How? How do they make all these millions of dollars? Now you know. They're telling you. And I gotta be honest with you. I should have ran for office. I should have got in there because I would have stole too. Wouldn't you? If you had it there like they did? Pelosi, oh my God. Okay, Pelosi stole in every which way possible. I wonder how much she got from USA. How many millions of dollars? It's disgusting. It's sickening. And they just shoved it up our butts like we were pieces of shits. That's what they did to us. Yeah, that's what they did to us. Yeah, Adam Schiff, he's crying like a little baby. You know, he got a pardon. Somebody asked me, what's the pistol I carry? I'm a felon, my friend. I'm not allowed to carry a pistol. Okay? They should allow me because I know how to handle a gun. Where most people don't know how to handle a gun. But let's not get into that. That's another story. Folks, listen. Please be sure, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do. You know, and folks, if you like what I'm giving you, the content, okay, please show me a little love. Hit that thanks button and send me something here. Because I don't make money doing this, okay? And, you know, my time is valuable. But, you know, if you want to do it, you do it. If not, all you got to do is hit that thanks button. It's you go from $1.99 to whatever you want to give me, okay? All right? You want to know, Rob, why I'm a felon, okay? Read this book, The Accidental Gangster. From insurance salesman to Hollywood fixer. You will find out everything about me, okay? Now, folks, coming up on Stories with Ori, I don't know who we got here from the East Coast, from New York. Do we have anybody from New York here? Okay, if you're in New York, you know that there's a big strike going on with the prison guards out of the state of New York. And their governor is doing nothing because their governor just loves to have all the crime she could, you know? But, you know, people, I've talked about prisons before, and we talk about what inmates have to go through. Our country has the most dilapidated prison in the world. Our prisons, whether state or federal, outside of one prison, I think in Virginia, all right, is the only prison that teaches how not to go back to prison. We have the highest recidivism rate where our inmates keep going back and back into prison. They do nothing. In Germany, Finland, other countries, they got programs. Their prisons are not dilapidated. They really respect the inmates, so the inmates become respectful citizens when they get out. That's a good deal. Now, you know, in New York, prison guards are striking. Some of them are working 24-hour shifts. Yeah, 24 hours. Folks, that's exhaustion. And they got a lot of crime in that prison. They can't handle it. So being a prison guard is a very, very dangerous job. So those guys deserve a lot of respect. So I'm going to be interviewing a gentleman named Kennedy from New York who was a prison guard at Marcy State Hospital. I knew it when it was a hospital, Marcy State Hospital, and now it's a prison. Been in prison for quite a while. You're not going to want to miss that there. And I'm going to have back on, I'm going to have the guard from, a former guard from MDC Brooklyn, all right? And she'll be telling you more about where Diddy's living and more interesting facts about the federal prison system. I think it's a good subject, and I'm going to stick to it, okay? And I strongly urge everybody to stay out of prison. Well, folks, you know, it's a beautiful day here. It's in the 80s today here in Los Angeles. And we've had beautiful weather this week. And then will you believe next week it's going back down to the 50s. So I can't figure it out. But, you know, I got to go out. You know, I walk 2 to 3 miles every day. I'm going to be taking a walk. And I want to thank you folks for coming here. All right, I'm going to end this show. But folks, I hope now that you understand what a billion is, what a trillion is. Understand it. You hear it on TV, and it's tough for anybody to comprehend that kind of money. And it really is. When we're trying to just put food on our table for the evening, and you think of all these people that robbed us blindly. God bless you all my love and respect. Ori Spado here. Take care.